What's going on, everybody? We're going to do a quick live stream tonight. And as you can see, this is church. If you don't know how church goes, if you're new to all of this, you might not want to have your kids in here for this because you're going to get the real brutal tonight. Now, what's this video about? What's this live stream about? Ultimately, it's about motivation. I want you guys to find your motivation, find your passion, and stop making excuses. That's what I want you to do. Why am I talking about this? Well, it seems to be the common denominator here is every time we do paint and body work, I push myself beyond what I think I'm capable of. And we continue to push forward and we continue to do stuff. Well, when that happens, you realize what you're capable of. You realize what you can do. So I started thinking, what about you guys? I can't be the only one, right? I can't be the only one out here pushing, trying to better myself, trying to do more shit. Listen, it comes down to this. You got to find your inner passion, your inner motivation. You have to find it. Guys, I don't know where the hell you're going to get it from, but I'm going to tell you this right now. Whoever's listening to this, it's all in you. Let me tell you a story. Earlier today, I was dreading having to work on this 65. Do you guys know how much I have not wanted to do this? Do you realize how long I have been putting this off with this car? There's an extreme amount of body work to be done to this car. I'm no freaking body man. I didn't take my ass to school nowhere. Nobody told me how to do body work. Every time we do this, every time we do a car, I learn something about myself. I didn't think I could do this. And I really can't, to be honest with you. Somehow or another, I push myself. This is what I want from you guys. I want you to figure out what it takes to motivate yourself, and I want you to get out there and do that. Now, this doesn't just apply to cars. This applies to everything in your life. I think about this all the time. How in the hell have I kept going on this channel? You know, we've been doing this for 6 years now, 6+ years now. How do I keep going? It ain't the money, I can promise you guys that. I mean, I would even share the numbers with you guys if YouTube wouldn't shut me down. The money is not it. It's that will, it's that passion, it's that drive to get off your ass and do something. And it feels so good when you do. Today, I didn't want to do anything. For weeks now, for months now, I'm not really wanting to do anything. But I got my ass up and I did it. And when I did it, I felt so much better. And I thought about you guys. There's somebody right now that needs to hear this. Somebody is sitting their ass on the couch, not doing anything and feeling sorry for themselves. Guess what? Guess what, buddy? You're not the only one. It happens to all of us. It happens to me. I get depressed. I get down and out, right? But I find a way to motivate myself. Excuses. That's all I've ever heard in life from people is excuses. I wish I could do that. I wish I knew how to do that. It must be nice. I've heard this shit my whole life. I've heard it. Hell, I used to say it. I got off my ass, though, when I went out there and I made it happen. I make shit happen every day. Every day of my life, I try to do something hard. That's what I do. Now, some days it don't happen. But here's what I'm telling all of y'all listening right now. You wonder, oh, it must be nice to have a YouTube channel and get stuff sent to you. I know, I've heard it all. I've heard it all. Let me tell you something. A lot of work goes into what we do to make this shit happen. But sitting there feeling sorry for yourself ain't going to get shit done. Now, you can relate anything and everything that we do to these cars to your life. Everything. I come out here on days I don't want to work on these cars. I promise you. There's days I do not want to work and turn wrenches and do shit. And there again, it ain't for the money, because I promise you it ain't what you might think it is. But I get my ass out here because deep down, I need this for myself. And us car guys, we're probably built differently than everybody else. Something me and my wife were talking about last night. I didn't do good in school. I wasn't a straight A student. Hell, I barely scraped by. I failed 2 grades and had to make them up. I was not a smart individual. I come from the backwoods of South Georgia. Nobody, right? Nobody. And I'm still nobody. But here's the thing. I'm happy with myself. I know nobody ever expected me to do anything in life. I know that. I took that as fuel for my fire to get off my ass and get out here and do something. Now, ultimately, does it really matter? Is it going to make a big imprint on the world? No, probably not. But there's going to be somebody that's going to watch this shit at some point, and it's going to motivate them to go out and do better. And I'm going to tell you something. It's deeper than these cars. It's way deeper than that. Everything, motivation, passion, the drive, all of this can be applied to your life. You can be a better dad. For you women, you can be a better mom, a better wife. You can be a better person. But you've got to get off your ass. Stop blaming everybody else and saying, oh, I don't have the money, or I can't do this or can't do that. Fuck, I didn't have the money either. I didn't have it. I still don't. How do you think we built these cars? How do you think these cars got built? Back here behind me. You think I paid someone? No, I can't afford that. I can't. I never have, and I probably never will be able to afford it. But I get off my ass and I get out there and I push myself. Look, y'all got something nowadays that we never had growing up, which is the internet, cell phones. I'm using look at this shit. I'm on an extra cell phone today. This is a cell phone that I just had laying around. It don't even have service. Look, here's my cell phone right here that I use every day. I'm on an extra cell phone over here shooting a live stream for you guys. That's the capabilities we have nowadays. You got all the knowledge at your fingertips. So I don't want to hear the excuses of I don't know. Shit, guys, I don't know either. I don't know how to do half the shit that I do when I go into it. When I started, I don't know. I research it, I learn, I push forward. Why do I do that? Because I want to motivate you guys and I want to show you. Also, I want to prove to myself that I can do this shit. I want to prove that I can do it. I want to be better than the next guy, and there's not a damn thing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Y'all stop feeling bad for yourselves. Get out there and push and try to be better than the next guy. There's nothing wrong with it. And if any of you have kids, I recommend you work your ass off and you let your kids see it. You let your kids see that you're passionate about something. Because like I've said so many times before, how are your kids ever going to know how to be passionate about anything and push through and work hard if they don't see their parents do it? It's up to us to get this shit done. Your goal in life is to leave behind a legacy for somebody else to see, to motivate somebody. We all know somebody that's motivated us in our life. They probably didn't even mean to, but they did it. So I want you guys to do something to show people that you will push through and you will try hard and you will learn new things. I do it every day for my kids. I'm out here doing this shit. Yeah, it's silly, right? It's just Mustang stuff. It's deeper than that. It's way, way, way deeper than that. It seems to always come around, though, every time that we do paint and body work. And I don't know why that is. I don't know. We can build engines, and these things can turn out great. But it doesn't motivate me. It doesn't get me passionate like body work does for some reason. That's my thing, I guess. I don't know. And here's the reason. I think I do know. Because I was never trained. I didn't go to school. I watched Papa T, my dad. Tommy Hester, if you guys don't know his name, is Tommy Hester. He's a badass. And I've watched him my whole life do this stuff. But he never sat me down and say, son, you take this grit sandpaper and you start here and you work. I just watched him. And I said, if he can do it, I can do it. And that's the way I take life on. Guys, there's days When I have to work, and I work, if you guys don't know, I work 12 and a half hour shifts. That's just how it works. I leave the house at 5 o'clock in the morning, and my ass gets home at 6:30. 12-hour shifts. There's days I hate going to work, and I don't want to go. And I got a whole freaking week ahead of me. I'm depressed. I'm down and out. I don't feel like doing this shit no more. But you know what? I always find the good in everything. I think, you know what? I can go home, and I can see my wife, and I can see my kids. Tonight, I'm going to stop by the store. I'm already late getting home. I'm going to stop by the store, and I'm going to get some cookies. And I'm going to get some popcorn. And when I go home, I'm going to sit down with my family. I'm going to bake some cookies. We're going to pop some popcorn, play Zelda. And if you guys don't know, that's probably my favorite video game, Zelda. Or watch a movie. You have to find something good in your life. You have to, every single day. You get off your ass and you find something to look forward to. Don't give me this shit. I've been down and out, y'all. I've been down and out. I've lived in my buddy's spare bedroom and not had a damn pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. I've been there. Don't tell me. Don't talk to me about must be nice. Never again shall I ever hear y'all say that. No more on this channel. Because I've been there and I've done it. I promise you, it ain't easy. You got to dig deep to find out who you really are and how to get through this shit. Life ain't easy. It ain't meant to be. Right? I struggled. I had no money, no nothing. Going through a divorce, had shit. No credit. Ran out of gas going to work. Embarrassing. No, I ain't a quitter though. I found a way to keep pushing forward. And some of you are going to have to do that. Stop feeling sorry for yourself, because I promise you, here's the thing. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares that you feel sorry for yourself or you feel like you're inadequate or you can't do this or do that. There's no awards for that shit, y'all. Nobody cares. Here's what they care about, though. They care about you doing better for yourself. They care about you picking yourself up by your own bootstraps and getting your ass out there and do more in life. That's what they care about. See, when you do stuff like that, you motivate others. And that's the thing, you may not ever get no credit for it, guys. It may never come. Or at least you might not know about it. Here's the funny thing about life. You affect people all the time, and you don't even know you do. And I wish it wasn't that way. I wish people would come forward and they would tell you, hey man, thank you so much for busting your ass and building this car right here. It motivated me, man. It helped me. It taught me I needed to get off my ass and do something. Now, I'm lucky. I'm lucky in that. You guys do that, and I appreciate it. It means a lot to me. But some of you guys never get to hear it. So here, I'm going to tell you right now, I appreciate you guys that are getting up every day and you're taking your ass to work when it sucks, when it's cold, when it's hot. I appreciate it. I really do, because we got to have people like that. But I also want you to better yourselves. And I'm not talking about money. It ain't all about money. Life ain't about money. Life's about being happy. Some of y'all live in some real fancy houses and neighborhoods, and you got all you ever need, right? Some of you don't have that. Let me ask you a question. Who's right and who's wrong? The guy that lives in a damn single wide trailer off in the woods somewhere that most people would say, oh, you know, that guy's got it rough. Does he really? Does he? Or does he have it figured out? That's the question you all need to ask yourself. Because I can promise you, trying to climb that ladder and make more money and be on top, that ain't where it's at, y'all. You might think it is, but I can promise you, brutal has been there. I've made no money. I've struggled. I've made pretty good money. And I've made no money again. And I'm kind of back, kind of in the middle here. So I've been there, right? And here's what I can tell you. It ain't all about money. That's not what it's about. It's about happiness. Now, you can go out and make all the money in the world, and you can still be a fuck up. Okay? You can be a piece of shit and make all the money in the world. Or you can be a really good person and be out there making ends meet. And I appreciate that. I respect it. Here's what I'm trying to tell you guys. All this rant and all this raving is for a reason. I get down and out myself. There's days I don't want to do nothing. Today was one of those days. I didn't want to do anything today. I told Papa T, I was like, I'm not feeling it. I hadn't been feeling it in a while, y'all. I come home today. The secret sauce, if you guys want to know, is good music. That's it. Now, some of you might not believe that. But I promise you, that is what gets most people going. And I've seen it. I've seen it happen. People that claim it didn't matter. You get that right song on, and you'll get off your ass, and you'll get up and you'll do something. Hell, you might even get up and twerk. I don't know what y'all doing in your own house. I don't know. That's fine if you do. That's fine. But getting back to what I was saying, I told Papa T today I didn't feel like it. I wasn't feeling this shit. And I'm worried. I'm worried, y'all, because I have told you I'm going to get out here and I'm going to do this 65. We're going to get this car done. How many times have I said that and it not happened? Quite a few. It ain't done, just so you guys know. It ain't. But she's getting close. But she ain't done yet. But I knew I couldn't let myself down. I can't let my dad down. My kids are watching. They're watching. You don't think they pay attention, but they do. Your family and everybody around you are watching you. Is he going to do this? And I said to myself today, yeah, hell yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And I'm going to post about it, and I'm going to show everybody, and I'm going to turn my hat around, and we're going to have church. Because some of y'all need to hear this shit. It sucks sometimes. You got to dig deep. I don't know what your motivation is. I don't know. Sometimes I don't even know what mine is. But I keep trying. I keep pecking away, and I try to find that motivation. And when I find it, I dig deep, baby. I tell myself, you don't believe in me. I tell myself, y'all don't think I can do this. And I'm going to get out here and I'm going to prove it to you. I'm going to show you that I can do it. That's just the attitude I have. And in my opinion, that's the attitude of a winner. Every one of you need to have the same attitude about everything that you do. I don't give a shit what you got to tell yourself. I don't care if it's a lie. It doesn't bother me a bit. I just want to see you win in life. That's it. You're going to sit down. You're going to screw up. You're going to screw up a lot in life. I want you to sit down, though, when you fuck up. I want you to sit down, and I want you to think it through. I want you to talk it out and figure out where you went wrong and then go fix that. That's what winners do. That's what badasses do. That's how you'll be remembered. You know, a funny thing about life is this. You can take a guy, a straight A student, right, that's made straight A's their whole life. They can mess around and make a C, and the whole family going to have a damn meeting about it, ain't they? They're going to come together. Well, I'm disappointed in you. You made a C. You've been making B's and C's. What's wrong with you? On the flip side of things, you can take a child that's been making F's, and that child can make a D and a C on a report card. And boy, they're gonna take them out to go get ice cream, right? Go get some pizza. Oh my God, you're doing so good, aren't you? Ain't that shit funny? That's how life works. So my point in saying this is, you guys that are out there really busting your ass, you probably nobody's ever gonna really say much. Nobody's ever going to really come up and pat you on the back. Okay? It's just how it is. You're just going to have to take that motivation, and you're just going to have to internalize it, and you're just going to have to go with it. And know that you're a badass. And I appreciate it, and I think it's cool. But also, on the flip side of things, you guys that ain't never done nothing and feel like you're completely worthless, it's okay. You can change. And I promise you, when you do change, the world's going to take notice. And I ain't got no problem with that. That's fine. You get off your ass from doing nothing, from never accomplishing shit. You get off your ass and you get out there and you attack the world. And you do good. Hell, everybody's got to start somewhere, right? Look, I just want to come out here and motivate you guys. And the reason is this. I've been struggling myself. A lot of these church sessions that we have, when we do have them, is me talking to myself because I've been so down and out. Didn't think I really wanted to do this or could do this. All of this, the poop coop. Let me show you guys something. This car right here about whipped my ass. It about whipped my ass. I didn't know if I was going to be able to do it. I said, what have we bitten off here? Can I even chew this? Well, we did. And it was better than I ever thought. Now you might think, well, yeah, but this stuff takes money. Some of it does. Some of it does. The excuse, though, of I don't have the money is that's not an option because I've been there where you are. I've been there where you are, and I still did shit. I still made shit happen. You gotta want to be a winner in life. You can't sit here and feel sorry for yourself all the time. Tomorrow, well, I don't have the money, or it must be nice. This guy's got this, and he's been afforded this. Well, here's a guy that wasn't afforded shit, but air and opportunity, and I made it happen. Now, years ago, this would have been a lot harder to do. You'd have had to go research books. You'd have had to find somebody. You'd have had to get up with somebody and get them to teach you this shit, right? Oh, but not today. Like we've said before, you got the internet now, guys. You can do all of this stuff. Working on these cars, it's all on the internet. Hell, I'm putting videos out for you. Watch them. Watch this video and get off your dead ass and get out there and do something. That's what I want you to do. That's what I want you to do. And I mean it. I mean what I'm saying. I don't understand the world today that we live in. People want to feel sorry for themselves. They want to walk around moping and shit. That's fine. You can do that for a little while. But eventually you're going to have to get your ass up and you're going to have to do something. Some of y'all need to be better parents. Some of y'all need to be better husbands. Hell, just better people in general. It don't matter, though, how much money you make. Now, don't get that twisted. It don't matter about your status in life or none of that. You can still be a good person. You can affect people. It don't matter what you make. I think that's what a lot of people get this shit twisted. I think, well, who am I? You know, I ride on the back of a garbage truck. Who am I to motivate anybody? Hell, you the main one needs to be motivating people. If you can get your ass up every day and go out there and go to work, then you definitely can motivate somebody. The guy that works in that office, it's kind of hard for him to motivate somebody, in my opinion. Y'all get what I'm saying? Y'all understand? Let me tell you something else. I've been wanting to talk about this for a while. This YouTube thing, it's been awesome. But I'm going to tell you something. It ain't as easy as it appears. There's a lot of shit that goes on behind the scenes to make this stuff happen. A lot. There's a lot of full-time YouTubers out there. I don't know if you guys know it or not, but your boy here, Brutal, is not a full-time YouTuber. I have 2 kids that live in the house. I've raised a total of 9 kids. I have a wife, which is, at the moment, got a hurt wrist and a hurt knee. And can't really do a whole lot of anything. I have to balance this YouTube thing with the family thing. Let me tell y'all something. And the work thing. I'll tell you something. It ain't easy. And I will never apologize to any of y'all, anybody, about having this channel and having sponsors and things like that. Because that's the only way you could do this. Now, I'm here to help you. And I'm here to motivate you. But at the same time, we got to have to keep this thing going. I don't know if you guys know how money works, but to keep this thing going, see, we kind of have to have sponsors. We got to have views. That's kind of what pays for this. Did y'all know that everything that you see here, everything, y'all look around, everything you see here was paid for by YouTube, paid for by your views, and I greatly appreciate that. But I've had to work really hard, and I've worked really hard at staying honest. Being as honest as I can with y'all. Tell me when we posted anything about a Chevrolet. Tell me. When we picked a hot topic, some low-hanging fruit. When's the last time we really did that? See, the thing about YouTube is YouTube wants you to grow. They want you to start out with a Fox body and move to a Lamborghini. But that's not me. I am passionate about these cars. That's what I'm passionate about. I'm not into the Lamborghinis, the Teslas, and all that stuff. That's low-hanging fruit. For one thing, your boy don't have the money to do it, and that's fine. But that's not what I want to do. So here's what I want to tell you. This YouTube thing originally started because I enjoyed sharing the Fox Body content. I enjoyed it because I've done it my whole life, y'all. Did you know that? I've done this my entire life. Papa T was into this stuff. I've been into it, and I love it. And I got some tips and some tricks that I want to share with you. And over 1,000 videos later, here we are. I have to church it up sometimes. And I hate that I have to do that. I got to spice up the thumbnails and the titles. Oh, I've seen you guys over in Fox Body Mafia. I've seen you over there ragging on me about my thumbnails and my titles. Well, you know what? We got to have the views. So it is what it is. Shout out to you guys over there, though. You're pretty awesome. All these Facebook groups, it's awesome. Guys, we got a community that nobody else has. The Fox Body community is something special. There are freaking communities and pages and shit everywhere for these cars. One fear that I do have, though, is that the market might be a little oversaturated. That does worry me a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you. Y'all, I'm extremely passionate about these Fox Bodies, and I understand, it gets old at times. The same thing over and over and over. But one thing I can say is I love these cars. And without you and the communities and everything else, we wouldn't have what we have right now. So I really do appreciate it. But at the same time, it's almost oversaturated. But you know what? I'm gonna do this as long as I can. We're gonna talk Fox Bodies. We're gonna talk Mustangs as much as we can. As much as you guys will listen, we're gonna talk it. We're gonna preach it, and I'm gonna try to give you tips and tricks as much as I can. But I can sense that things are starting to a little bit. It is what it is. Just know that I'm going to be here regardless of all that, and I'm going to try to help you guys out as much as I can. At some point, will I have to venture out into other things? I don't know. Maybe. We'll probably always still do the Fox Body thing because that's what I'm comfortable with. I like sharing it with you. See, I tried to build trust within you guys when I first started this channel. That's the one thing I did. I said to myself, these guys don't know who the hell I am. There's guys that are established already doing this. I got to come out here and I got to swing for the fences. So what's the first thing we did? That red car right there. I took a 401k loan out, $4,500. And I bought that car right there. And I said, I'm going to prove to these guys that I'm not a chump. I'm going to prove to these guys that I'm who I say I am. And I worked my ass off, y'all. I didn't know if I could do it. I felt like I could. I knew I had the drive. I knew I had the passion. I was like, please, please, work your ass off. Get this done. Prove to these guys that you are who you say you are so that then you can trust me and then we can move forward. Because you're not going to listen to somebody that you can't trust and that you don't know. So that's what we did. So it all started with that car right there. And then we moved on from there with it. So Fox Bodies are my passion. I grew up with them, y'all. I've had one Papa T's had one forever, right? We've had about every year model there is to have. We've had 4i cars too. I know that question comes up quite often. Why don't we have 4i cars? Well, I don't know. We just don't. At some point, we probably will. We just don't right now. Look, getting back to this whole motivation thing. It's tough sometimes. I know what it feels like. Especially in the wintertime, right? Wintertime's really bad. We're down south, so it's not as bad for us. I know some of you guys sitting up north right now, man, you're hating life, right? It's snowing, it's cold. You can't get your cars out. You can't do shit. I understand it. Take a break, guys. Take a break. I'm not being funny here. Relax. Here's what I want you to do, though. When you take that break and when you're not pushing forward and you can't work on stuff and you can't do stuff, find a way to spend time with your family, right? I know not everybody has a family, and I get that. Hell, spend more time with your damn dog or your cat or friends. Find a way to help someone, in other words. See, spending time with your family is helping them and yourself at the same time. So I understand. It's not a push, 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 push every single day. That's not what it's about, y'all. But it is about when it's time to grind, when it's time to get off your dead ass, it's time. And by any means necessary, you get your ass up. I don't care what you got to tell yourself. I will call you lazy right now so that maybe that'll motivate you. I don't think you can get out there and do shit. I don't think you've got it in you. Because if that's what you need to hear, then that's what I'll tell you. You see, sometimes that's what we got to hear. So here we go. Here it is. Can't none of y'all get out here and do nothing. Does that make you feel better? Does that motivate you? Does that get you fired up? It don't feel good, does it? Sometimes that's what you got to tell yourself. Now, secretly, I believe in y'all. I know you can get out there and do this shit, but that ain't the point. That ain't the point. Use anything you can to go do work. You know, Caleb's got a good saying. Do epic shit. It's true. You know, me and Caleb are good friends. I like what he said. Do epic shit. Do something epic. Do something that your friends, that your family doesn't do. Do y'all not want to do that? Do you not want to be better than the next guy? Do you not want to? Let me ask you a question. We're all Mustang guys, right? I take it all you guys that are watching right now got a Mustang or got a car or something. Let me ask you something. Are you okay with getting beside somebody and them outrunning you? For you guys that do race, are you okay with that? Does that make you feel good? Hell no, it don't. In other words, you want to win, right? You're a winner. Don't ever let anybody tell you that there's something wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being a winner. There's nothing at all. That's internal. That's something that we all have built in us from the factory, baby. You got this shit built in you. So go out there and try to be better than the next guy. Now, here's what I'll ask of you. Don't step on nobody to try to get ahead. Don't do that. Just be better than somebody. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you earn it, baby, then be better than them. Hell, that's what I want to do. I want to be better than you and Robert. You too, Robert and David and John and Mark. I'm sure somebody's named that. You're going to feel that, right? I want to be better than you. I want to do shit better. And there's nothing wrong with that. Can y'all please promise me that you're going to try to get out there and do the best that you can do in life? Whether it be at your job or as a dad or as a parent or building these cars or whatever it is. Maybe some of you guys volunteer, right? Get out there and do more of that. Just be a badass at anything that you do. And try to be better than the next guy. I don't know what's wrong with the world today to where we can't feel like we got to be better than somebody else. Like, what's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that shit. You want to be behind somebody else. You want somebody to do what you do better than you? Bullshit. Don't sit there and tell me that. Now, it's about how you go about it. You just going to have to hustle harder and work harder than the next guy. That's all. That's all it is. Somebody's got to be the best. Why can't it be you? Why? Y'all, we've been on for 33 minutes and I've been running my mouth. I want y'all to truly listen to me. This shit is real talk here. This is real talk. This is the conversation I would have with one of my kids or with a friend. When you feeling it, baby, you got to feel it. Here's something else I want you to do. I want you to do what I'm doing right now. I want you to have church with somebody else that's struggling. Sometimes people got to hear to get off your dead ass and go do something. Sometimes people need to hear that shit. People soft nowadays, ain't they? Bunch of snowflakes running around. You can't say shit no more. Sometimes it needs to be said. They need that shock to the system to get off their ass and go do something. Somebody in your family right now is doing wrong. And they know they're doing wrong, and you know that they're doing wrong. Call them out on it. Call them out on it. Tell them they need to do better. Right? Make your kids do better. Make yourself do better. Oh, listen to me. Your boy Brutal here, I don't always do better. I struggle at it. I struggle. I'm not the perfect parent. I'm not the perfect husband. But see, these conversations that we have are meant for me too. Everything that I'm saying, it means something to me. I need to hear it. When I say these things, I go back and I watch this video and I say, you know what? You said that to them. You need to do it. I need to be a better man. I know I do. I need to be a better person. And y'all do too. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's fine. There's always room for improvement. None of us are perfect, okay? Y'all get off your asses and be a better person. That's what I want you to do. Work harder. Learn something new. Get your ass out here and do body work. Do it. I really want you guys to focus on doing some body work. It ain't as hard as you think it is. It's probably the cheapest thing that you can do to a car. You can't build an engine, not even close to build an engine, for what you can paint and do the body work on your car for, if you do it yourself. Some of y'all have to go pay $6,000 to $10,000 for a paint job right now. You can build an engine cheaper than that, right? What if I told you go to Harbor Freight and get a gun? You can go to your local paint store and you can pick up some paint and clear coat for $600. I promise you guys this now. Listen to me. For around $800 to $1,000, you can paint your own car. But I don't know how to paint a car. Fucking YouTube it. YouTube it. Learn it. Go try it. Go try it. Don't sit there and tell me you can't. I couldn't do it until I did it. Don't sit there and tell me you can't. I don't want to hear your excuses. I don't want to hear nobody's excuses anymore about I can't nothing. Bullshit. If these work, you can get out there and do it. Save yourself a bunch of money. Try it. Hell, some of y'all might be good at it. Some of y'all might be way better than me at it. Some of you might not be. You might try it and you might fail. This shit might run off on the floor and it might look like shit. It could happen. But here's the thing. You won't know until you try it. That's what I do know. Because I didn't think I could do it until I did it. I don't know what else to tell you guys. Some of you don't have a person to motivate you and tell you to get off your ass. Some of you don't have it. I've been lucky in life. My parents they've been by my side the whole time. I lost my mom basically a couple years ago now. It's been rough. Still got Papa T. The way I was raised was they believed in me. Now, did they really believe in me? I don't know. But they told me they did. And by them telling me that they did, hell, I believed I could. I was like, well, shit, I can do this. They believe in me. Hell, they know me better than me. They raised me. I failed at a few things. I did. Sometimes I think it's just lack of trying, really wanting to. Maybe lack of knowledge. But nowadays, we don't have that issue, do we? We don't have it. There again, we got the internet now, right? You can learn stuff. You can do stuff. Guys, it applies to everything in life. It applies to everything in your life. Sometimes you just need a kickstart. Sometimes you need that jump start. Sometimes you need somebody to kick you in your ass and go do something. And then when you realize, well, shit, I just did that. I just changed out that wheel bearing in that car right there. I didn't know I could do that. Well, shit, look at me go. What else can I do? I don't know. I don't know what else you can do. Probably any damn thing you want to. Probably. Sit your ass down and talk. Communicate with people. That's something else I want you guys to focus on. Communicate with people. Sometimes you need to sit your ass down and you need to listen to what somebody else has to say, because you might have been fucking up. I ain't gonna lie to you. You might be. And sometimes you're gonna have to hear that. Sometimes somebody's gonna sit you down and say, hey, you've been fucking up. You ain't been doing right. And you have to listen to that. And you have to take that to heart. And you have to be a better person. Okay? Sometimes you got to be the one to sit somebody down and tell them they messing up. Don't be scared. Communicate with people. Guys, use your words. Use your words. Sit down with your family. Talk. Sit down with your friends. If something ain't going right in your life, talk it out. Talk it out. Try at least. Shit, man. Some of y'all won't even try. Some of y'all won't even try. You don't think you got it in you to do. Maybe you're too nervous. Maybe you don't think anybody respects you enough. Then shit, man. Make them respect you. Show them. Get out there and do some shit, right? Do some shit, and they say, "Damn, man, I didn't know Robert could do that shit." Well, shit, Robert's pretty badass, right? Hell yeah, he is. Yeah, you are. And then you take your ass inside and you have talks and you have the conversations and you confront people and you talk to them. You never give up yourself. You understand what that means? You could walk up to somebody right now that's a millionaire, right? And you're going to feel different than if you walk up to me or you walk up to one of your friends. You're going to feel like you're not worthy, right? That's typical. That's a typical response to people. What if I told you that's the wrong response? What if I told you that you walk up to that millionaire or billionaire, you walk up as an equal. You come with something to share. You come with something. Don't ever bow down to people, regardless of what they make or who they are, or what their status is. Walk up to them as an equal. Talk to them as an equal. It'll get you a lot further in life, I promise you. And honestly, you get a lot more respect that way. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up, y'all. This has been church. If you guys like it, let me know down in the comment section below. I love doing this. It's motivational for me, for you, for everybody. Yeah, we say some dirty words occasionally. I promise you I talk a lot worse than this outside of YouTube. I told you, don't bring your kids in on this one. But if you like this type of stuff, let me know down below because we can sure do it a lot more often. I appreciate you guys. I'll wrap this one up. And as always, thanks for watching.